You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And yes, indeed, you are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia this beautiful Monday evening, the 29th of January 2024. Just 2 more days to go, and we'll be entering the second month of 2024. So you see, time goes so fast. Well, let me say welcome to all of you on the Bottom Line Liberia. For those of you joining us the first time, this is where we discuss the issues. We give our analysis of what we discuss, and we may not be right, but at the same time, we may not be wrong either. So we just do what we have to do. Tonight, we're going to have a full house. We'll be dissecting the president's address to the nation. And so I have with me in studio from London, Madam Lucretia Nelson. She's one of the panelists here. Madam Nelson would like to say welcome to you while we await Paul.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Paul is also going to be joining us later on. He's doing some technical work in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we want to announce that Nyuma Boakai will not be with us tonight because he's also busy with some things. But together, Madam Nelson, Paul, and I will be looking at the president's speech today. As you know, last Monday was the inauguration, and by constitution, the last Monday of every new year, the president must deliver his annual address. Now, you know, I hear a lot of people say, so now, the state of the nation. No, Liberia, the constitution does not provide for state of the nation. The American Constitution provides for state of the nation. That's why you always hear the American president is giving his state of the nation address. We give our annual address according to our constitution, unless, you know, since we let to put everything behind the American system, we want to be so American, even more than the Americans themselves. Well, let me say welcome to you. You know, sharp this evening. How is London?
London is good. We're having a very cool weather today. And I'm still working from home, so I go out maybe if I have to. But today I work from home. I haven't been outside today.
Okay.
But
Lucky you.
The weather is nice and cool.
Okay. From my end, you know, is no need to talk about the weather. In fact, the past 2 days was Monday. From Thursday, from last Thursday until now, something strange has been happening because by this time of the year, January, February, that is from November to at least the end of March, we should have positive degree by end of March. But it's strange that in January, when we're supposed to be having the minus 34, 29, 25, we're having +2, +4 today. It's surprising to everybody. So the snow is kind of melting. And maybe it's true that there is something called global warming because, you know, even in Scandinavia, they're experiencing warm weather. But all the weather is good. Sunshine, very good sunshine. As we speak, the moon is shining outside.
Wow, so, at this time. Wow.
Yeah.
It's dark, but 3:30 is already getting dark.
Yeah. Oh no, here in the winter by 2 o'clock it's dark because we have daylight from 9 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock. Luckily, if we have a good day, then it's around 2:30, but at 2 o'clock is dark. You know,
yeah, it's such a cold day today, to be honest with you, and thank God I'm still working from home. So that's the joy of me working from home, like weekend, the winter time. But as to go out if I have to carry out a necessity.
I know you cannot be confined all the days.
And sometimes it's good for the fresh air as well. Instead of
that's definitely. And for us in Scandinavia, this is the time we work mostly. Right now, everybody's working. Even the builders, they are out there in the forest, in the mountains, working in this -degree.
So then summertime,
almost every office will be empty. Everybody's traveling. And like we say we make a joke. We say even God can take holiday here because sometimes the churches, the pastor will go for holiday, some churches will close. So it's good to have you tonight. And as we await Paul, we just want to welcome our viewers. Or if I don't mention you by name, it means that I don't see you on my dashboard. But we want to be thankful to Jala TV. People from Liberia are joining us, and if you join us, make sure you share the video. Also, like our page, and then share the video to your contact. Invite them to join us. This platform is a European-based platform. Here, we discuss the issue. We do not abuse people like other people do. We do not lie on people like others do, simply to gain popularity. We don't do that because
absolutely.
Yeah, because what we care for is the integrity of ourselves, our platform, and even our people. Because the moment you begin to abuse people out there, you begin to say bad things out there, that's what people like to hear. And we don't want to do that because there is nothing that is worth for me to go and say bad things to somebody or lie on somebody for nothing.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna take our musical break, and when we come back, we'll be discussing some serious issue right here.
Okay.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they fall. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. With their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie.
Okay. Every time I hear this music, there's something special about this music that makes me, laugh all the time. And well, let me say welcome to all of you for joining us for the first time. Paul, I guess you are with us now. So we want to say welcome. And this is the Bottom Line Liberia. The house is full tonight. We want to tell all of you that are watching us from Liberia, thank you for joining us. Jala TV is feeding us with a lot of people. And I just saw a comment from Musa Faliku Sako. He's watching us from Banga City, Bon County, Makante, Bongi. So let's say welcome to all of you. And Paul, tell us, today the president spoke. The president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, he began doctor you. Sooner you become doctor, then we say Excellency Dr. Joseph Nyuma Boakai. But right now he say His Excellency Joseph Nyuma Boakai Senior. He spoke today to the nation, to the legislature, the 55th legislature, and he outlined a lot of things, some of which we'll be discussing tonight. Did you listen to the speech, Paul?
I followed the speech. I did. And I want to say good evening to our viewers, whatever they're viewing from. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. And yes, I listened to the speech. It was good. And you talk about he have not been given doctor yet, but on this platform today, I'm going to give this president his first doctorate degree. So he'll be called Dr. Excellency Joseph Nyuma Boakai. So today I declare him as a doctor. So yes, I enjoyed the speech. It was good, and we'll look at it. There are a few things that he said promising. I hope it shouldn't be like what we did, but the speech overall, I think there's some meat on the bone that we need to digest tonight, and we'll be looking at a good speech.
Okay, Madam Lucretia Nelson, did you listen to the speech?
I did. I listened to it. And as Paul said, few great ideas was mentioned, but the problem is, will it be implemented? Whether it was a Christmas tree and he was decorating, because when Weah came to power, he said some great things that he was going to do for the citizens and things. But when he sat in the seat properly, everything was thrown out of the window. So a few things that he highlighted today and he spoke about today that I think I was very pleased about it, but we need to further discuss how is he going to achieve these things, and how, because he need to tell us this is where I arrived and this is where I'm going to end my journey. So great things were discussed. We'll look forward to him implementing these things, but we'll deeper this evening.
Okay. And on my part, I did listen to the speech. When I got home, I was just the closing part of the speech. In fact, not a speech, but the closing part of the entire program. And then I made it my business to go and search for it, and I got it. Then I listened to the speech. Like you guys said, there was some meat, small meat on the bone. And the thing that make most people skeptical, because I was following all the comments, the thing that made most people skeptical is that we've heard these things over and over. Ellen Johnson King, she made corruption probably enemy number one. What about George Weah, he said, "I will fight corruption." Then corruption became King Kong that nobody could fight in his government. That people even had to be sanctioned for. And then the man who has been working in all of these corrupt governments for more than 40 years, he comes and says he will fight corruption. So, a lot of people are saying, "No, listen, this is just charade. This is just the showmanship. This is just to make, it's a repetition of what we've been hearing all of the time." And if anybody is thinking like that, don't blame them because, no, trust me, if you're a woman, I'm sorry that our only sister is here on the show, but if you're a woman, a guy comes and fool you, the man pregnant you, he run away from you, you see him on the delay, then he come back in the second time and jab you. The same thing happening the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. So you will be, if you change your mind, you'll be scary. If another guy can, or even the same guy can start talking, you'll look behind at what happened to you, and you'll be skeptical. That's what all of us are doing right now. You see, so the speech was good generally.
Don't do this to my uncle because he been given a doctorate degree from tonight from the speech. Don't keep my momentum here, but my uncle, I beg you tonight. My uncle gave a fantastic speech.
I'm talking about. I say the speech was good.
But you are already in my feelings. Don't put me all of my feelings about my uncle's speech. Don't do this, yeah. Let's give him the credit. Let's give him the credit. He done well.
Yes, actually. But again, before we start to, somebody is following us from Ganta, Tape, where Junior is following us from Ganta, Nima County. Tape, all we want you to do is share the show, tag your friends, let them come and like our page. But if you do that, then next time we get on, you'll be notified. So welcome to all of you. But Paul, before we go into some of what the president said today, I want us to look at the general characteristics of the entire speech. Generally, like I said, from my side, the speech was good. It wasn't too long. Like last Monday's, they say experience is the best teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too long like last Monday's speech. And another thing I noticed about the speech is that the voice of the president was low, whether it was the microphone or not. But again, I can't be convinced that it was the microphone because when Speaker Kofa talked, everybody heard him loudly. When the sergeant at arms talked,
but man, you still want to do this to my papi? I keep telling you, don't kill it.
This is what we do.
His voice is low. Don't do this to him.
No, but this is what we do. I will give our opinion. Give him my opinion. Your time will come. You will defend your papi.
Yeah.
So, when the sergeant at arms talked, we heard him. The people who, from the start of the program, when the motion was passed, the speaker asked for somebody. I mean, when the meeting was called, when the session was called to order, the speaker asked anybody to move, and one senator moved. Okay, and it was seconded by another senator. Okay, and we heard all of that clearly. And then when the chief of protocol even ushered in the president and the first lady with an interact, we heard them clearly. But when the president went to talk, the microphone went low. So because I follow all of the comments. So those are just my observation that generally the speech was good, the context was good. Some of the things, not everything that I personally wanted to hear were in there. It was good. It was short, but then the volume was low.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And today I honor my uncle. His voice is low. As we get older, our voice can't be like the young people anymore. So let's give it to him. We call him. And he gave a good speech. But we dissect the speech in a very positive way. What we took from what we learned, because he talked about the rescue mission. The rescue train have taken off from from Broad Street Station now is heading all the way to Maryland. So the fast train, and this is the new Liberia. So let's look at the summary of this speech, and then we'll start going step by step. So we'll summarize the speech, dissect it, and what in it for us, all Liberians to benefit. There are a lot of things in it. But then later on, now we can come to the conclusion of what is missing of that speech, what people think. But I think overall, the speech was short, it was juicy, but then later on we'll have the meat of that bone that is lacking into the speech. So he summarized things in a way that it pleases everyone for now. So
okay.
And I would just add a summary to this one here. I don't know if our viewer can see this. It may not be too clear. So Lefa, you can read it.
Okay, wait. Let me see if I can do something here. Okay, it says summary. Or do you see it now? Do you read it? Can you? It's readable from your side.
Yes, it's no. I don't know if it's readable, but it's kind of says summary of the president's Sona, right?
Yeah. So it says the summary of the president's Sona. And again, let me highlight here. SONA is an abbreviation of State of the Nation Address. The Liberian Constitution does not provide for State of the Nation's Address. It is President's annual address or yearly address. So if we want to give it any acronym, probably we can say the AD, annual address, AD. But again, we being Americans, will follow it. The SONA. Summary of the president's speech. Gratitude and oath of office. Expresses gratitude for blessing and confronts global crisis. Recent historical transfer of power with Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn.
Great. I know, you see, this is why I told you, I like my papi. He make it, this is the new Liberia we head into. He didn't take 3 months to rehearse his speech. I mean, like my previous president. This new rescue
train head.
They just went for the jackal, straight to the point and to the point. So this is the point I'm making, Lee, for. It is what it is, and I'm loving this. So as we progress, so he gave the summary of the speech. Wow, look at the summary, gave all the feedback while we put the next slide on, Lefa.
Well, I think let Madam Nelson come in because she's our only female here.
No, for the summary of his speech, I think he was spot on.
Right.
For me now, I think he was spot on, expressing his gratitude and blessings and the comfort of global crisis. So I think he was spot on that to acknowledge how God has blessed us to be to where we are now. So that was a very good thing for him to acknowledge God's blessing and be able to look at crises are happening around the world for him to acknowledge it. So I think he was spot on that one. Yeah, for me.
Right.
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
And for me, I think the summary is good, but that, like I said, it's a lot of things in that I was expecting in that speech, and not only me, but many Liberians were expecting, but did not come out. And he made mention of some of those things in his inaugural speech. I think he talks about confronting global crisis. Now, if you look at global, the word global, it means the entire world.
The entire world, yeah.
All right. So your house cannot be on fire. You leave your house, you put a fire, or you're not fighting a fire. Then you go from Liberia, you go way to Bongonima. Oh no, Bongonima is in Liberia. You go to way you call one African country Nime.
Togo.
Burkina Faso, you go put a fire on. So yes, I agree. Liberians, member of the Committee of Nations, right?
Yeah.
We got to be concerned about what happens in other countries because it may affect us. But I think self-preservation. I always believe in this theory. Self-preservation. Save your own life first.
before
save
we save
yourself before you
others.
save
Yeah.
other people. So
he talked about the global situation, and then he came home. For I say I gave this puppy audacity.
Yes, I agree. I am saying that more
But
emphasis.
don't forget, Linford, he also acknowledged the peaceful transition to the historical transition of power. So
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think with that, we know he left out quite a few things was left out today. But however,
no, so Malu,
yeah,
he left all of Liberia according to Lifa. He went to Togo, but then he came back. Our viewer may not be able to read the situation here. He said national situation. He acknowledged the harsh reality.
What happened around the world? Yeah.
When you talk about poverty, drugs, epidemic, corruption, poor infrastructure, economic challenge. He talked about that.
Acknowledge things.
And he is committed to a new journey of hope, rescuing our nation. My man, you cannot take it from the old man.
Okay. If I should comment on this.
Yes.
I told you, I followed the speech, right? And I heard all of these things. This is my view. This is not the first time we have heard these things. We have even seen greater platforms than this. Right now, this is only a rest. We had one platform that was very good. PADP or something that brought the pro-poor agenda for prosperity. Yeah, the pro-poor agenda for prosperity now and development. We heard all the good things. As we speak, Liberia, we should have been having a Bali Island that business people can have conferences. We should have an overhead shooting from Pinsway all the way to Hotel Africa. So if you go to Grand Cape County from Banga, you don't need to stop in Central Monterey. Just go by your business. As we're talking, we're supposed to have freeway, the coastal highway coming from Grand Cape County to Kipamos. But all of those things did not happen. Now, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that this is that good idea, but you got to know your capacity. You got to know your strength. Look, Toto wants to box. When Toto is in his own corner, he can be throwing a short hand. You want back, you imagine that he can box. But when you put in the ring, he cannot come far. So if we will live these illusions that yes, we will tackle corruption, drug epidemic, infrastructure development. Yes, it's easy to say, but how do we do it? What are the mechanisms? Look, Paul, I can tell you, look, I will build Monrovia. It's easy for me to say, I will build Monrovia, I'll transform it into Dubai. You will clap for me, but ask yourself, are we talking? You will see the capacity in me. You will see that I have the resources. So ask yourself, ask me the simple question, how are you going to do it? That's simple. So this is my background. Yeah, I'm not one person who will get carried away by promises. No, because I know I can also promise somebody, even if I know I will not do it, but I can still promise you. So it doesn't take anything to say I will do. It doesn't take anything. It's free. I will do. So until your uncle can begin to put this, Paul, you are muted, Paul. Until your uncle can begin to put this into practice.
My uncle acknowledged the hardship, right? The poverty, the drug epidemic, corruption, poor infrastructure, economic challenge. He recognized all of that. And under the Big 10, he said he is committed to a new journey. That is applause for all Liberians. That's the word. Committed to a new journey, hope to rescue the nation. The nation have fallen. This is the point I'm making. That's the thing that he recognized. So all of the hardship and corruption, all of that, he summarized it and he commit himself to rescue the nation.
Good.
And that's what I want you to talk about. I want you, Lou, to talk about, and I want Francis to talk about. He has committed himself.
I agree. Commitment.
All right, for me come in. He has committed himself, but I would be looking at poverty now. how is he going to address, how his government is going to address poverty to minimize the suffering for our people? What are they going to do? What plans does he have in place to say this is what I'm going to implement my government myself to be able to deal with poverty within our community? What are they going to do with the young children that are selling in the street and things? How are we going to get that out? These are the things I expected for him to align, to say, I'm going to point A and stepping to point Z. So we need to know exactly what's going to happen to address poverty. Then I will be looking at the drugs. How are we going to tackle drugs? Do we have specialists in the country? Do we have places that these people can go to be able to access, for them to get counseling, for them to be able to get help with their drugs, not by mouth? Because I will tell you something. I worked with a drugs client before. Dealing with people that are addicted to drugs is very, very difficult. And I promised myself to say in my career, I pray to God I should never have any client that deals with drugs, because it is very, very hard. Because it has to be within the individual themselves to say, well, I'm ready now to stop the drugs. Because I need to know, what do we have in place in Liberia to support these people with drugs? Do we have specialists, counseling, or psychologists to be able to support them? Then I will be looking at another thing, corruption. We talk about corruption. Ellen came to visit London. I think, in fact, she told the Liberians corruption, because the woman was determined to tackle corruption, but she failed to do so. So how President Boakai is going to minimize corruption in his government? Because looking at some of the list of people he already employed, someone in a corruption king on there. Take, for example, just a short period of time with the money that lingering around. People are saying that people took this amount. This person said 5,000 shall be given. They said, no, we received 4,000. So all this thing, how is he going to minimize corruption in his government? So for me, I need to see how he going to do it, to say, this is where I'm starting and this is where I'm ending. Let him talk us through the process. Then we'll know that President Boakai is really serious, not to just put down bullet points of things. To say it, we need to know, how is this going to happen and what would be the outcome of all these things he have listed. So that's what I want to see.
What would be the outcome?
Social issues. Yeah.
I know you I said the speech itself, they have a lot of meat around a bone.
Yeah.
And all of those things that you're talking about, he only summarized it until they gave you the layout how it's going to be there. So I want to hear from Francie. This is what I'm saying. This speech is good. The summary, like what you just said, you want to see. So that meat that you want to see, maybe Francie can talk to all about that meat that you want to see. Francie, welcome to the Bottom Line discussion tonight.
You're muted, Francis.
Yeah, excuse me. Thank you guys, and hi to all the panelists this evening, and hi to our viewing audience and those who are listening via the radio. First of all, we have to look at the dynamic points of the speech. I will allude to the fact we're a little bit generic. It was not in detail, probably because of the time. But if we go into the sona, the speech, the message today, I will give the president of 92%.
But man, we're on the same page. I gave you a doctorate degree. You see? Come on, friend. Said these two people have to tell. Oh, the speech was good. I gave him doctorate degree today. He called Dr. Joseph Nyuma Boakai, president of Liberia.
The fact is that people expect for him to go in depth and detail as to how he's going to go about tackling or probably implementing all these policies or what was entailed in his speech. But I can tell you that there are mechanisms that already been put into place. Let's look at this part of he talk about about training 1,000 youth or so in the next 6 months. That was very fantastic. He gave a time frame, and he said, I mean, they were ever going to be in the ICT, in information communication technology, what you call it, training. So as it relates to corruption, the president said that it would not be business as usual. And I heard Lucretia talking about corruption, King Kongs and stuff. I think it's far-fetched because everybody that has been named in the government so far, they have no proven record of people being indicted through courts or through the ICC, or let me call it what do you call it, the corruption or anti-corruption people, LACC or whatever it is, yeah. And then it's a step forward that the president can initiate and call for audit of the 600,000 that was given to the to the inaugural committee, and what has transpired with the 5,000 around. So I think that's a start. I think that Liberians should be grateful and happy that we have a president who has a tenacity to go after people who are corrupt, who squander opportunity and now squander resources that are given in, that are being trusted to them. Yes.
So Francis, I think Lucretia have a general concern, and that concern is because everything was summarized, and that summary would know that previous president have gone to the House, and whatever they say, they haven't been implemented, so they have all legitimate right. And I think that's the point they're coming from. You see, that's why I think she driving I live for also, because if you talk about RTC, which we're going to talk about it, these are information technology talking about, and if there's no means of creating joy, if you train 10,000 of these kids that are coming up, where would they be placed? That's a legitimate question. So that's what I think they were talking about.
No, let me just tell you something. And people will not see this, but I can see it. The media is powerful, and we have seen it. We have a convicted, and a U.S. convicted felon, or U.S. convicted felon who is using his media power to defend, promote, and empower this very GMB government. So GMB looks, see, this woman has been in politics for years. He's not looking at 2024. He's looking at 2029. He may not want to run, but he wants his successor, his handpicked person to come from the United Party. So they want to empower young people who carry the cell phones around as journalists. Empower them, send them somewhere, go and come back. You can see James Gude Flomo sitting, I will call names, sitting in Poland, sent there by Stanton Waterspoon. And he's a strong man for Boakai. Okay, so have 20 of those people, like the same, send there, bro. When they come back, they will only be promoting United Party simply because they are beneficiaries. Fine. So that's one area that he's looking at. What is the need for RCT now? Why do we need information, communication, and technology? Now we need it, but why will you prioritize all those people? When even you, GMD, when you get sick, they will fly to Ghana. You should be looking at the health sector.
Of course, yeah.
Healthy people will do anything they want to do. The same way, when you're better for,
you're not being fair.
Huh?
You're not being fair. Because he talked about
talking serious in here, man. Let's discuss this thing. We're talking serious in here. So, if the people are healthy and they are grateful, they get a job, they can put their hand in their pocket and touch something that they can walk to the supermarket. You don't need to send anybody to information communication technology school. They can afford. Okay.
So the reason why I'm coming in, because that topic is the next segment we're coming to. So I want to say we have a layout. So there are quite a few things. We just talked about the national situation. But then we're going to move on to that here thing that we're talking about. This is the next one we're going to talk about, his vision. Then we'll come to the health thing, his vision. His vision. You remember this word here they call arrest. If you calculate, that was their the arrest was the campaign message, the pillow they have for us, arrest. So he talked about agriculture, road, rule of law.
I'm not stopping you there, but in fact, it was art, A-R-T. It was agriculture, road, and tourism. Then later on, they say agriculture.
So what's the problem with that?
No, I'm coming. When you begin to shift the goalposts,
shifting goalposts?
That means you have no vision.
So no vision. I mean,
agriculture, road, and technology. I mean, and tourism. Then later on, they say agriculture, road, education, sanitation, and technology. Then from there, they switch to agriculture, road, rule of law. So tell me, which one you do?
That's innovation.
So Linford, this is a vision for Liberia for the next 6 years. This is my uncle's vision for Liberia.
And nothing will be added.
Number 1, agriculture. Number 2, roads. Number 3, the rule of laws. 4, education, sanitation, tourism, economic linkage for sustainable growth. This is ours. This is the vision that's going to drive Liberians into, or we can't be the Ghana gaining based on this vision. You cannot take it from him. And that's why I say I get the paper or doctorate degree today. That is the vision for the next 6 years. What's in the vision that, you remember he come from an agriculture background, so agriculture become number 1 priority. So it means in the next 6 years, Liberians will be feeding ourselves. He talked about roads. You remember last campaign, he said, roads. Roads become number 2. And one of the key things in this, the rule of law, and this is what my satisfaction coming. I want to see the meat on the book of the rule of law, because the rule of law that no people that Prince Johnson that drive me crazy. This is what I want to see. The rule of law. Education. That our kids not educated, they're selling orange chips, plenty chips on the street. And education here, remember in the first layout, he said he will recognize the hardship.
Yeah.
So give this old man the credit, because he laid the basis of his premise that we driving Liberia in the 21st century. So education. The country Liberia is dirty, sanitation. You see? Then we have the beautiful beaches. The beautiful beaches that we have Flower Mountain, this mountain, that mountain, tourism. So y'all talk to me. Linford, let me start with you before we end with Francie. Linford, then Lou, then Francie.
I have said it. I know that the promises are good. You see, again, I'll repeat myself. It is not difficult to say I will do this. And in fact, one of the main things I look at, or I heard through the speech that I don't like, and it's me, I don't like, for the president to say, my government. This self-glory, he repeated more than 5 times. I was checking it. My government. This is the Liberian people government, not your government. Mr. President. You did not vote yourself. Okay? So a good leader will never put himself ahead. Man. That possessive attitude that it is my sooner or later he will begin to control everything. Okay? That means employ you, I can sack you. That means get one. That means my government. It's simple to say the government, which is a definite article being attached to the government. That means the government of Liberia. So if you say my government of Liberia, so how do we address the government? Government of Liberia? This is the government of Liberia. My government is a bad precedent to set.
Let me ask you one question. If something goes wrong today in the government, who you call? Where person you call? You say the people government, you don't say Joseph Boakai government.
So if one minister stole, we should say a Boakai stole?
You said Joseph Boakai government, the posting government.
No, I'm asking. Since you want to take all the glory, all the responsibility, if any of the ministers steal, we should say he knows about it, he the one commissioning. No. You
find a linkage. They'll say, with General Last, they say Joseph Boakai government, steal, the post stealing Joseph Boakai government. So go ahead, brother.
Okay, thank you. You see, now I level you're not business. So I'll advise the president not to use the word my government. Soon the international media pick it up, it will be a problem. Number two, one of the things that we know in Liberia is that Liberia is a heavily, greatly, and badly divided nation. From the day of the war until now. Now, it's a lot of things that have divided this country. Impunity, where people who fit Masu become your rulers, and you go free, nothing happens to them, and you become subject to them. They decide what happens to you. That can divide a country. So Liberia is a divided country. And what can be done to unify the country? All the presidents that came after the war, they have all failed. I thought that he would be talking about unity, where the things that are dividing we the Liberian people will try to get rid of them. One of which is this impunity from the former warlords, where Prince Johnson will feel that every time they talk about war crimes, it is him. I got a short clip of video for him from a church where he said the thing Prince Johnson is a war crimes code, or the thing for Prince Johnson, and how you were teaching the old man that when the old man was reading when he came to the war crimes code, he went like this, and everybody was laughing. You see, so he personalized this thing. Okay, it's not for him. It's for all people who got greater responsibility in the war, and he happens to be one of them. Now, the old man failed to talk about that national unity. So you can do everything once the country is not united. Forget it. Everybody will go that way. Okay. The other thing I wanted him to talk about is the short-term plans. What will be all the things laid out? I can see that if one president could be there for 30 years, that 30 years project he's talking about. So because look at Liberia, the infrastructure is totally broken. In every sector, education, agriculture, everything is broken. So if you package everything in 6 years, remember, you got only 6 years, you're not sure of 12 years. So if you package everything within 6 years, this is where failures can come. Because you got no priority. As you see the problem, you get one old car, the tire burst, the windshield break, the engine can't start, then you want to fix everything one time, and you don't get the resources. You're not doing nothing. Okay? So Liberia is typically an old car that is damaged. You got to take one thing at a time. If you pull a windshield, put it there and do it perfectly. Since the tire is off, look for a good tire, you put it there, then you can drive it to go to the garage. Or if you want to fix the engine, leave a parking, you fix the engine perfectly. But you can't say you want to fix everything on the old car, the old broken car, when you don't have anything you don't have the resources. So all these things, for me, is just promises. And the Liberian people do not look at that. What they look at is they want to hear the good word. Like the other Takina say, the old man's a good talker. And this is something that he's been doing for years. So he knows what the Liberian people need. Exactly. All they need is good talking. I will do this. Flo, you are mutable.
Lucretia, what do you think about the RS? The RS or RS division?
For me, I think again, I would like to see how the woman is going to achieve this, where the money is going to come from, and whether it's going to be a long-term plans or short-term, because we need to look at the major things in our country and see how we can tackle it. Because right now, the whole social system, our economic system, social aspect, everything is really down to zero. So all these things he outlined, that is very good, very, very good. But how are we going to get there? How are we going to achieve it? Where are we going to get the money from? Because the world have changed. Every nations now are struggling. Even the Great Britain who live in, the government is cutting costs. It's no more like those days to be giving huge care packages to families and things. Everything cutting down. Look at the priorities. So the women need to prioritize to see which one will be the top that he will be able to tackle first.
But
because
isn't that he lay it out, say agriculture was number one on a list? Yeah, he talked about agriculture.
Yeah, he talked about agriculture, but I need to know how we're going to do it. How we're going to go about it.
He comes from the agriculture background, and he's telling you agriculture now become his number one priority. So in the next 6 years, we should be able to feed ourselves in Liberia.
If agriculture is the number one priority, why are you sending certain amount of students to go study RCT?
Instead of agriculture. How many agricultural students do we have in Liberia? Because these are some of the things. And when you say agriculture, you know, agriculture is very expensive. We need the big machineries.
I think Francis will come on the world we live in today is all based on technology.
Yeah.
Everything that we do is technology. So if he's going to create 10,000, going to get 10,000 students to learn RTC, it's a plus for Liberia.
It is a plus. It's a good idea.
We imagine somebody have just graduated from LU graduate school. They don't even know how to even use a laptop. They have to go to Ministry of Education on there for somebody to tap their thesis. So how
does that help? How does that help?
What? If you train 10,000 young students now, think about it, they'll be able to, each one of them will be able to train other people too. So
yeah, but how does that help to produce food?
When you talk about agriculture,
the thing is, if you have look, listen, people they call it thing greenhouse and all that, where you have all of these things that you put fertilizer together, it's all agro-based. It can be done by technology. It's all of this, so it's necessary. But agriculture being on the list because it's his background to feed the people. After agriculture, when you talk about rule of laws, all of these things have to do with competing.
It would be fantastic. It would be good. But the point is, it's not this. When you talk about agriculture, they think our people in Africa to go be thinking how you call it whole qualize chapia, all these things on news. No, because that's why I want to know where we get the money from.
He will get the money. Look,
okay, that's fine.
He will get the money.
He will get the money.
Just secure a contract from Japanese people. The base superhighway will get new bridge going. So the money will come. So y'all give my old man the break. He's a doctor.
I'm happy for Uncle Joe, but the point is, listen, Paul.
These two people driving me crazy about this thing here. Talk to me about this.
Listen. Because if we're going to get funding from outside, and the purpose of that funding for our people to ensure that the lives of our people to achieve this thing, not for the money to go in somebody's pocket, because that's what Liberians are good at. Liberians been getting help for donkey years. And what do they do when the people helping our poor people with the money? What do they do? Someone pulling the pocket and set us back. And that because of the same corruption got us to where we are today. So what?
All right.
What
so
would be
based
different
on
now? What would be different at this time now?
This is what would be different. Francis talked to all on this one here. This is what would be different. Economic.
Because someone sitting somewhere, they're so happy. Immediately the money comes, they're going to share among themselves. Then we're going right back to square one. Today, Liberia shouldn't have been to where we are today. But even
friends, look, Marlo.
Yeah.
Your Francis talk to all. This is the economic challenge we have. You
okay,
where the money was from. Francis, please read all through. Take us through this.
The economy concern over economic state, slow growth, high inflation, and budget deficit. Shift towards value addition, support for Liberia entrepreneurship, and ICT job creation.
Yes.
Commitment to regular audits and fiscal discipline.
Thank you.
In short, on this topic, the president highlighted the general health of the economy. He said that it was they are inheriting a bad state of an economy. The condition is we are chronically ill because of how the last administration handled our economy. And he has put in these steps that will help uplift the economy, that will boost the economy over the next 5-6 years on his administration. Talking about the concern economic growth, the slow because look, we need the private sector to help boost our economy. He said about that because he said the government shifting towards value addition. Well, I mean that they give the people who fix cassava plants and cassava farm. You can shift. You can turn that into curry. You can do all the stuff and put and package it and export it. Right. So you need to come see things made in Liberia. Even the rubber companies, I mean, around Firestone and the other companies around that in other businesses, especially in the mining industry and the agro sector. We need to not just send the raw products away anymore. We need some processing here. And even I want to talk, I'll go back to what you call the RTC, what you talk about the RCT, job creation. Look, we are in the 21st century. Everything is digital. He said it is that we are moving from a monetized economy to a digital economy. So with the studies that these guys are going to do in IT, it will help transform that monetized economy to a digital economy. Where it will be, I mean, what will have more use of what you call the mobile money instead of carrying physical cash in our pocket. So we will have a control over our economy, see where the money is going and how it is.
But Francis,
yeah,
the question that Lucretia and Linford keep asking, and this is why I put this slide up. Where would the money come from to support Liberia entrepreneurship?
Look,
and
he said
ITC job creation. Where would the money come from to support the that will bring these jobs?
He said that he was going to meet the banks and the central bank for people to create a loan scheme for the people. That people Liberian businesses or entrepreneurs can go and get money, a loan. I mean, that is where they will have the support from. That's where the finance will be coming from.
But if the past government depleted the funds that is there, so where would that money be generated that you ask for from the central bank? I think this is a general concern that these people have.
We have a lot.
And Lucretia keep coming out. Where would this money come from?
Look, there are a lot of things, a lot of ways you can generate money locally from our resources. We have we got the tax, we got the NRA, they have the expertise to generate more income and more money. So,
Right.
and then we have donors. We have partners.
Can I come in?
We have partners. Listen, I mean, the NRA, I mean, according to the NRA report, they generated more than 100 or more than $500 million the past years. So it's possible. And Mr. Cummings himself said
did you also listen to him?
Himself said to taxation. That's a one form of income generation for the economy, and we have donors.
Before Linford come in here, Francis, before Linford come in here, LRA generated more money, but the layman on the ground is not impacting our layman. Linford talk to us. Where this money going to come from?
In the first place, Francis talked about the LRA generating more money, as the president reported. But the next paragraph to that particular statement tells you that the money that was spent, the expenditure, was more than what was raised. So you live in a country where your revenue generation cannot even cover your monthly overhead. To the point where you have to go to your national coffers, to your foreign reserve. And so
that was a picture the CDC government presented to us. They were not fiscal discipline. We have a fiscal discipline attitude. You won't go into government coverage. You use the money, your revenue wisely.
Okay, I agree. You see, you have all right to defend this government and say and compare them to the CDC government. But I will tell you one thing: they are in power already. They are not out of power. So, like Michelle Obama said, the presidency does not change you, but it reviews who you are. So let's bring it to government. When your party is a party, you are a party. But when you take power, then you become the government. So once you become government, your party now will be reviewed. The government that is behind your party will review your party to be what you are. So we'll see. But the point I'm trying to make is that Liberia is a country whose revenue cannot support the budget. And we have always traditionally, from J.J. Rawa until now, do you know that before money J.J. Rawa then started using, America gave it to them? So this country was built on credit. Every Liberian president, Joe Boakai is the 25th president. So the 24 president that are behind him, all of them borrow money from America. So if this country that we have been borrowing from, even if they came today and say we want our money, we say we get money, you'll tell Liberia. When Euro come, America come, China come, Russia, give us money before. You'll find out that even if they say divide Liberia, peace, it will not fit. We owe our value, all the oil we are bought with the poor credit. Okay? So if we depend on our credit or borrowing from other people, and then we make all the huge budget and the promises, you'll find out that we cannot make it. Because you don't know the people begging, you don't know whether they'll be able to give it to all this year. Yeah, America attaching a whole lot of conditions, and this government should know their own standing. If I were the president, let me just throw this one off for him. Maybe he can take you from it. If I were the president, I will not make any big promise. I'll tell the people we will work for you. What we're able to do, we'll do it. Because you start making the big promises, when time comes, you don't do it, people will look at you. You're dealing with 100 people. And number one, the opposition will be too strong. Your government, the structure of your government is questionable. Prince Johnson right there. Prince Johnson could create some problem inside the government. Besides that, what if the international community demands that you carry out the war crimes code, you approve it? What will happen? If you don't do it, they say, we'll not get you money.
Linford, that's a good concern. I want to start with Lucretia on this one here. He talked about the legislature agenda. If you look at it, focus on key bills, presidential What's it? Transition.
Local government, revenue sharing, national tourism, ombudsman, financial institution acts, payment system act, insurance regulatory commission act, and national health insurance act.
Great. This is what caught my attention. National Health Insurance Act. That is looking at the health sector. And you will take it, but that little bit, it caught my attention today. And let me give an example. If a woman lives Douala or St. Paul's Green with 5 children, the husband passed, and she's setting Kobo, she needs to have a national health insurance when her children get sick to be able to take them. Where will she get this money from? For them to take them to the hospital, for example. This is my concern in this one here. I know you guys will dive into this, but I'm very big concerned about the National Health Insurance Scheme for the health service. See that? So this old man who just
going to that, I just want to get a few things I saw or I heard today that I had that one. So I want to clarify. I want us to clarify here. I may not know it. Number one, the National Health Insurance thing he's talking about here. So what would it be? And then what would be the role of the insurance? We got one big insurance company like Broco,
NACO? Oh, which one?
That NASCO is the Social Security.
Yeah, National Social Security.
Pension.
Yeah. So that's Social Security there. This one is the health service. So if you have this health insurance, you can walk into JFK at all time because you pay onto it. You'll be treated. But my concern in this one here, you can look at the ones at the top, but my concern about my Miata who is sitting down St. Paul Beach that have 5 children, no husband, she's setting Kobo. How will she pay into this insurance for her late 5 children herself? And how will her Kobo manage? This is my concern. I think we need more details on this one and how they're going to lay it out. Because you remember, we are nearly 6 million, we are 6 million people.
Okay, well, let me help you out.
Help me Arlene for
help me out.
The National Health Insurance here. It will be like ordinary insurance stuff. Okay? In Norway, we live in a socialist or not socialist, but I call it social welfare country.
Yeah.
If I'm sick now, they call the ambulance, they will come for me and carry me and treat me. I pay something they call air and there, which means my own contribution to that payment. If I pay $100 for my treatment, I'll pay only $1 or $2 maximum.
Let me hold you right there. Unemployment in Liberia is the hardest hard. You only have 7 in Liberia, 80,000 people.
But when I say I'm happy, you want to tell me what to say?
Don't give me Norway comparison.
Yeah, but wait, let me cut you. You asked me. I'm answering. You tell me you want to tell me my answer? No.
But you're trying to compare Norway to the situation.
I will just give you a sample.
All right, please do.
Yeah.
No, but I think
the social welfare system here. That is, if I go to the hospital, I'll pay small thing. Just at my contribution, the government will pay the rest because they deduct it from us. But besides that, there are people who got insurance here, health insurance here. That even if they travel outside and anything happens to them, their insurance will cover them, and they pay for it. So this one, if the government want to do this, people who are interested, at least it is there by law. The enactment of law doesn't mean that you compare to do it. They say, come buy insurance. I mean, there will be health insurance. So if you get money, you can pay for your health insurance. Because the government has, the enactment of that law would mean that the government has approved it. Instead of 1 or 2 persons saying and say, we sell insurance. So this way, if anything happens, the government will know about it. There are laws that back it. Okay. So if my parent in Douala with 5 children and husband are working, and they have small things, they were paying their insurance, their health
The
insurance.
husband I wrong. The husband I wrong. I just gave
Yeah,
it.
he died. So
okay.
the insurance did not destroy. It stayed there.
I just want to give
my question is,
okay.
Look, my man, that one say one more detail on this. Unemployment in Liberia. I repeat myself. Unemployment in Liberia is at the highest.
But it can't look. You see, Paul, the mistake making
something.
I'm not making mistake. Go live for.
Yeah, but the mistake making this is not a social welfare thing that it gotta call everybody. You get money.
Social welfare. This is
listen. Why do we insure ourselves?
Service.
Paul, I mean, come and help you. I mean, in economics, there's something they call no free goods.
Yeah.
There's no free goods in any system. Look, the thing is that, look, this whole scheme, the insurance scheme, is intended to mitigate some of the financial problems that most of our people have in the country in terms of meeting their health needs. Currently, right now, people go to JFK, and this thing, I mean, with this scheme, it will only be limited. I'm certainly sure that will only be limited to government health institutional services around. That means that, look, the government in a point in time will probably meet you halfway. If you went to the JFK, because it won't be this, it will just be limited to public health sector institutions around. Yeah. So if you went to the JFK,
guys, we're not making assumption here. Don't make assumption here. Do you
not make assumption? That's a health scheme.
The details of this scheme. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
it's my concern.
Paul,
don't give assumption of the government.
Paul, listen. Look, the thing is that, look, Liberia is not a welfare state.
No,
we have an open economy as a capitalist country wherein you need to have an income to meet to acquire certain goods and services. There's not Russia. There's nowhere else where Russia.
The thing is, you're not getting what I'm saying.
I'm getting what you're saying.
You see, in Russia, in Norway, what's the unemployment rate there? And compared to those in Liberia, and then you telling me, say, it's not a welfare state. We know that
your mind is already fixed.
$1 a day.
Paul,
they cannot listen now. They cannot afford $1 a day. How are these people going to buy their health insurance? We want the details of this particular one. Don't give assumption.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, Paul. Let me tell you, when you are crafting policy, like public policy, the general intent of that public policy is the good of the people. And here, in this instance, look. If the government says to everybody in Liberia, look, if you guys can put $10 Liberian aside every month, that's the minimum. $10 Liberian every month towards a household or towards everybody in the house. Regardless if you cannot find money or not, you will prioritize your health. Your health, and that's a free service, basically.
I want you to ask you because the thing you're talking, I cannot afford $1 a day.
Wait, hold on.
Let me finish my thought. I'm saying that
I know your thought. Your mind is already fixed. That the people are not working. The people are not working.
You cannot
die Liberia. In the absence of the national health insurance scheme, everybody not die Liberia. No.
I said, we want details on this.
Yeah, but that will keep trying to explain to you that this will be by your financial strength, by your choice. You can make everybody like a millionaire. So, but they don't want to buy the national health insurance. What you do?
You don't buy it.
You will not buy it. So it's a matter of choice.
I'm not against the state, but I'm talking about the unemployment rate in Liberia.
But I'm telling you can make everybody millionaire. Say if they don't want to buy it, they will not buy it. You're not understanding this?
I don't understand it because I want to see. I don't want you to make assumption. You make an assumption. I want to see what in this policy, how it's going to drive the whole thing. I want to see it. Don't give me assumption here.
It's not assumption. You are assuming You are assuming that people not working, so they should
No.
have the national.
No. I said I want to see the details policy.
But what detail you want? We try to explain to you. You say no, the people not
You don't know, so you can't. You give it. You trying to explain something that you don't know. It could be different thing in a policy.
You don't know.
People do.
So
gentlemen,
they afford it. They put that employ how they eating. They put that
go
employ the diet in the street.
People say eat every day.
Yeah, people say travel. So people, as we speak, people who not eat every day. Traveling.
My man.
But Paul,
let Lucretia come in.
Before
I want to hear Lucretia view on this.
She will come in just something before she comes in. The thing is that, look, this scheme is like you setting your priorities.
Yes.
Instead of you spending $50 to JFK, there's an opportunity for you to spend $10. So you have the opportunity to pay a monthly fee towards that scheme. And people say, people say got relatives abroad. If you know this is going to affect and help you, in the country where we live in, people benefit from these schemes because they work. And some people are unemployed, but they stay covered.
I'm not disputing that. I'm only saying you make an assumption for the government, but I want to see the details of this from the government. That's the point I'm making here. You cannot make assumptions, say, oh, this, that, no. I want to see the details.
What about this thing that you understand?
Let Lucretia come in.
You don't have the detail of this scheme. It just says
there is no detail. Okay, so what about it that you do understand?
So when you were arguing on tourism here and agriculture, it's not the same point.
No, but you didn't answer my question either. But now we are telling you that you can make everybody in Liberia millionaires.
I'm saying I want to see.
Your only argument is that people are not working, but you can make everybody in Liberia millionaire. If they don't want to buy the national health scheme, they say, I don't want to go to JFK. I want to go to America.
I
say I want to see.
The first thing I think we need clarity around the national health insurance scheme. We do need clarity. And secondly, we need to know who will be eligible to be able to apply for it. Whether it's going to be the, how you call it, the people that are working for government, how you call them in Liberia? Saver Sevens will be eligible to apply for it. Whether it's going to be all Liberians, would need clarity around this. Because take for example,
this is the point I made.
Your point is that
all refinery workers, they've got private insurance when they are ill or their children, they've got place to take them to receive a medical because it's coming from their salaries. And the same thing used to be with National Port Authority. So we need clarity. The government need to clarify this with people, whether it will be all Liberians, and whether it's Saver 7 is something we need clarity around it for people to know. Whether it's Saver 7s, they will be taking certain percentage from their money, from their wages every month towards this scheme. It will be fantastic. So we need more clarity. The government will need to clarify it for people to know.
I wanted to hear
you cannot just implement. You cannot implement a law. You cannot implement a law when people don't say no, who's going to be eligible or how it going to function and things. So our citizens will need more clarity towards that. It's such a very brilliant idea. I support it, but we just need clarity to know.
That what caught my attention because I wanted to put a bit fighting her that you see when I was small and live for know that when we have malaria,
this is a very good one.
JFK were treated because of if you come up with a scheme like that, you have not clarified that a lot of things there. You mentioned earlier that
we need clarity.
It can be sweet talk.
Yeah, we need clarity and who will be eligible to apply for it.
I'm surprised that you don't agree with your uncle.
On this one, you're backing my uncle, so I get my uncle doctorate degree on this one.
See, the thing is, I am telling you, listen to the name, National Health Insurance. National, it's for everybody, it's open for everybody. Every time they can hire in Liberia, can register.
Let's get clarity. Let's get clarity and know who will be eligible. That's what we need clarity. Let them clarify it to the Liberian people. You can't put right piece or something you don't know. Yeah, so it's important, very crucial.
But I don't think it's also fair to the government for anybody to think that the government would have a select group of people on their mind that will only benefit from health insurance, while the other people go to
social security society. Social security.
Do you remember
have a social security system?
Government is continuity. You remember in the last synod that was the first one, 2018, that no Liberia will be spectator in a home. It was a national thing. And then what happened?
We were.
Most so all of these sweet language
again. I'll take you by your word. You are saying that the thing here is the people say we're starting national health insurance scheme. If you get money, come and buy it. You don't get money, well, you can decide to go down.
People who don't even know how it's going to be set up. That's how we need clarity. We need clarity. We don't know how.
Do you agree that the national health insurance scheme is good? Agree to it first.
It's such a brilliant idea.
Nobody says it's wrong.
It's good. We need clarity. That's all. It's very good, very, very good for our people. But we just need clarity. How it's going to function and who's going to be eligible for it. That's all we need clarity.
So,
okay, there are several things there.
Let's look at the other stuff.
Let's look at one thing.
That's what caught my attention.
The national tourism. What is the difference? Okay, no. The Insurance Regulatory Commission. So you get NASCO. That one of the things I have problem with today. You get NASCO. So what other regulation do they want? How is the regulation going to function?
Yeah, I can come into that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Lucretia. Go ahead.
I think the point is to have this Insurance Regulatory and Commissioner Act is to safeguard other people in the country that have got maybe private insurance. Because if this is not regulated, if someone dies, maybe for them to even get that money is a bit difficult. Take, for example, if anything happened to anyone, once you got your insurance, you been making a payment, your family will get that payment. But if it's not regulated, anything can happen. And then again, maybe for those that have been paying into the pension, and for some of them, it been lots of problems. Somebody can't even get the pension back when they have to be back and forward. So I think it's something for the government to make sure they have a law in place to be able to safeguard these people who has insurance and things. So I think it's very important. If we have
after you come in, I'll ask another more question.
So Francis, you come in, please.
Yeah. It's a common place that insurance companies around the world don't like to pay back money that people pay them the benefits or whatever they're supposed to receive. So we'll come up with all lot of technicalities. They'll even blame you. For some of the things that that happen during your period of having an accident or whatever, or become invalid. So but the act is intended to have control over the whole insurance industry in Liberia.
Yeah.
NASCO basically deals with government entities. And the private companies do their own insurance for their own employees. But there are a lot of insurance companies in Liberia. And we need to have a regulatory body that will ensure that these insurance companies confine to the rules of settlements in Liberia.
Yeah.
Because most times people who do not have the financial means, they try to go to court and do other things. They lost their cases. They lost. So once an act is enacted, that, I mean, you have a safeguard, you have a roadmap, a plan of action to follow. So I think that's a good initiative by the government.
Very good to safeguard our people. It's very good.
I think it's good. That's the essence of it. That's the brain. That's the intent of that Insurance Regulatory Commission.
The Financial Institution Act.
Yeah, to safeguard our people.
The Financial Institution Act. We got LCC. We got all the other financial things.
LCC is not a financial. They do not have anything to do. They are there to regulate. I mean, what you call it, to enforce and investigate act of corruption.
So the Financial Institution Act applies to the banks, right?
Yeah, the banks. But listen, this role was basically assigned to the National Bank. If you do money and finance, the Central Bank of Liberia should have had, the role, but there have been, over the years, there have been a lot of problems where in the terms of money laundering and people borrowing from the bank and the government going in there. So that's the reason why I think they're trying to cut down from the experience of the last our friends. The reason why they want to apply
to the daily susu, the monthly, yearly susu and everything. Because people put that money there, at the end of the day, they say the other susu woman, you also
exactly. That's a classic example.
Also divide sushi 10 crazy.
That's a classic example of that. Yeah, so that's why you can have the kind of small scale loaning institution where it goes to even the guys on the street. The money teachers and all these are all the
to safeguard them. Yeah.
So they have an ombudsman over there, and that ombudsman, so they're going to set up an institution that will investigate all of these financial institutions, including the insurance.
Yeah.
And all that. That's why they have the ombudsman in there. You see, one time I gave my uncle doctorate degree. You're taking it well.
Because most of this is to safeguard our people. Yeah.
No, but there's been being government for years. You see all these things. All right. And let me tell you, the same way they may get brilliant idea. I come here, you. The same way they may get brilliant idea. Put all the young people. They also get the same brilliant idea to siphon money that you will not know about. That's my view. I'm not correct. I'm not wrong either.
Correct. But you know, the thing I like about the old man, there's something that he stole from Mr. Cummings and added into this. And I want Linford to talk about this. For the 176 years, Liberians had never spoken about ecotourism.
Yeah, ecotourism is
but Mr. Cummings burst on the scene when he started talking about ecotourism.
Yeah.
Guess what happened? United Party was so delighted to say, thank God, something we have not thought about for 45 years we spent in government. We're going to steal it
from ANC, from CPP.
You want me to try, boy?
I really want you to talk about this thing here.
Okay.
You work in the media because they have.
I'll make it very simple. I'll make it very simple by example, right?
All right.
Paul, you play football. I play football. And first you play football, you play basketball. I also play basketball. Now, suppose you go on the football field. While you're playing, you see one of your man dribbling. The man gets some kind of special style again, dribble. And you learn that style. You now apply it.
You apply it.
So he's not a master.
Yeah, the man know that coming brother out there, but coming did not make it to the final. So he said, my man, you are out there, bro. Let me borrow it. But Mr. Cummings was in a program today. They show him. You saw him?
I didn't see him.
Yeah. Mr. Cummings was there. They show him. Mr. Cummings was there. When the other guy, Appleton was there.
The idea about the national tourism, they have this issue has never. It didn't just come about during the elections. We have people have been lingering in the corridors of Liberia over the last period of years. A lot of people got degrees in tourism in Europe, in America, and they work with these excursion institutions. Right across our country, like Ghana and the East African countries. The economy basically on tourism. People go there. And we have the Ministry of Information and Tourism detaching that body from the information ministry, giving it the autonomy it needs and the independence that will drive it smoothly. I think it's a good idea because people from there always went around. They went to war tourism activities, meetings. Nothing really happened because they were under the Ministry of Information.
Can I ask you, Francis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is it that the tourism sector wants to do that they can't do even when they are under the Ministry of Information, that they want to stand by themselves before they can do it?
Good question. Yo, the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, the overhead boss, the minister, has direct oversight over that institution. It goes down to the assistant minister, a deputy minister. Once it's time for budget allotment, that entity as an autonomous agency will be charged responsibility now to even finance itself or generate revenue for the government. Look, it's a common thing in management, wherein people give responsibility to people and break down institutions into sectors so that those who are under the hierarchy can perform better. And that's the reason why I think.
Again, I don't want to dominate the show, but again, I would disagree with you. The fact that we used to have Ministry of Planning by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Ministry of Finance, Planning and Development. Okay, all combined.
And the development aspect of that ministry is dead.
Huh?
The development aspect of that ministry is dead. Everything has to.
What about the planning aspect?
The development and planning aspect is dead. It's mostly concentrated on finance.
Okay, so, but anyway,
I think that's the wrong thing Eddie did. That's the wrong thing Eddie did.
I gotta be leaving soon.
Let progress. Tourism is a good thing in Liberia. It's a good thing that Unity Party stole the idea from Mr. Cummings, and it will benefit a lot of Liberians in terms of job creation.
Let them work on it. If it succeeds, Mr. Cummings become president, you'll have to get from there and go.
So, you remember 2017 election, JMB promised Liberia on 3 things: rules. And today, he said roll.
Yeah,
so today, that one thing, right? So now, road infrastructure, emphasis on expanding and improving the road network. You remember in the campaign, he made a promise that in 100 days, there'll be no car stock in month. The women have come back again. Take us through, Linford.
You see, when I talk, then people will not understand. I am saying it is very simple, Paul. No, I can be walking the street, I see the beautiful girl. I'm hungry or something, I got fast in my pocket. I say, hey, fine, I like you. They get out of me, who are you? Oh, man, at this, at that. I can do this for you, I can do that for you. Because reading the girl, probably, if I say all of these things, she will agree to want to be with me, yes. So it's very simple. But at the end of the day, the girl will get to know that I'm nobody. So it's easy, very free. No, did anybody pay JMB checks today to say all these things? No. Did somebody open your mouth to say no? Is somebody holding responsible why he said this thing? No. It's free to say. But the implementation, I know, no, the Omer is being making for long. After he finished making this statement today, he'll go back, he'll look at his own speech and begin to prioritize, take on one point and say, okay, they want to remember that thing that they want we can do. At the end of the day, what you do to him? Nothing. What we are to you, we are saying you build Bali, you build overhead bridge, you build coastal highway. What he ended up doing? Parks. Okay, what he did to him? Nothing.
These are
political promises.
Suggestions that these suggestion, recommendation, or projects that the government put forth I don't think it's going to be compared to we were very, 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 very old ambitious. There ain't no way in terms of in condition can compare the two what you call it, policy.
No, I disagree with you. You know how many points we have covered here? We have covered many things, even more than
all the things are achievable within 6 years.
How? What? How?
So Linford, he also went to say that he got a secure contract from the Japanese government to do from Liberiaa Bridge all the way St. Paul's.
Okay, you want me because Paul, right after this comment, I might ask your indulgence to leave, then you guys can continue the show. But if you want me to comment on this one, I will say again, there is no priority. You see, no, let me tell you one thing. We got roads in Liberia. The simple. Tell me, come on. What is the importance of having a 4-lane road from Liberiaa Bridge to Douala? People are still traveling on our 2-lane. We get there. The Somalia highway, they call it Giovanni Highway already. People still traveling there. So this is not a priority. You bury road in Monrovia. We talk about agriculture, then bury road in Monrovia. So if my grandmother made her farm in my swamp, I mean in the swamp, in my country, where in Bon country, she will bring the goods on her hair. Why don't you prioritize the interior side, where the food will come from? That Broad Street, that Logintown Road, that where the place is Douala Liberiaa Bridge. There is no priority. You see, all Liberian government people, all the president, the one they shouting, because Monrovia is where the population lives, is where the decisions are made. So the mayor open Douala market. Look at that funny Chinese bridge where they built to the Waterside Bridge. That funny Chinese thing. And when I saw the dragon, I told my brother, I said, "Oh, you're part of the other side, not passing on that dragon." You see, so they want to do what is in Monrovia. If I was Joe Boakai, your friend Boakai coming from Foya, no road there. Go there. Why you pass along to go run campaign? Go there and carry that project there. But all of them are thinking there is something about these people. When they're not president, they get all the beam off. By the time they become president, they become some dull people that they don't think. Why would you want to? The Japanese bring the money. They say, we'll get the money, we want to build a road. Then you tell them, say, can't build a road from Liberiaa. In fact,
I think you're misinforming the people here, Linford. Let me give you the background of that road, that whole project. That project was initiated when Weah was already president.
So why you want to make it like a project?
But he met the Japanese too, so they reaffirmed the commitment. I was in Liberia like 3 years ago. It was all in the air that the Japanese was going to compete that compete that way. And listen, it's important to listen. Listen. Have you been on that beach? Have you been on that St. Paul River, the bridge there recently?
Yeah. No,
man, that road is completely deplorable, bro.
Yeah, but
so people pass around, go through Jamaica Road all the way around Car Factory to go to Logintown. That road is so bad.
Thanks to the Weah government that secured this project for us. It was going to be simple, but government is continuity. So
yeah, I agree. But he can also change the contract and say,
no. The man can say, I want to give you rest. Only I can give what you say. They got other projects. They got
the money is there already, right? The project.
We are then secure the thing that they were going to do that road. So
but the man can say you're going to do the other one. They'll do it.
It doesn't work. But I think that road is a priority as well. It is a priority as well.
But ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll beg your
tomorrow
indulgence.
We'll be having Miata with us tomorrow on this program, and she's looking forward to having serious conversation with you.
And also tomorrow, Francis will tell a little bit about our guests that we have tomorrow that Francis is bringing. So we can do segment. Okay. We can do maybe that guest tomorrow. Then Miata will be with us as a moderator anyway. So Francis, will you tell us about our guest?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be having Miss Jeanette Bowman. She's a Liberian. She lives in Switzerland. She has a couple of businesses. She has a modern agency, and she's a psychologist as well. So she has a private practice, and so she will be coming on the show to explain to us, and our audience about her practice and what she does. I mean, her modern agency as well. And so
Right.
yeah. So behind the scenes, we'll talk about more about that. But she'll be here tomorrow as well.
All right. Okay,
So,
let's talk behind the scenes. So tomorrow we'll have a full house here. It will be fascinating tomorrow. And we got, I know Linfa is going to leave us, so we're not going to be too long here. But I just want, before you leave, just give for your overall thought of today's speech and how will you see the next 6 years with all of the promises that were made until we see the meat on the bone.
Two things. The speech was great. The timing was good. The woman did not feel exhausted, even though the voice was dropping, but he did not feel exhausted. You are giving a normal 30 minutes, he will go. And secondly, there are some very important things in our speech, but it's buggy with information, with promises. And I hope that they can prioritize all of the things they put there. They can prioritize key things that they think they can tackle. Because, like I said before, if you want to do everything at once, and you do have the capacity and time, 6 years is nothing. So they should prioritize. That's the only advice I'll give them. But the speech was generally good. And then the woman start this, my government. And you'll start the thing that if anything happened to say Joe Boakai government. If one minister steal, when they carry him to jail, they will not carry Joe Boakai. If Joe Boakai steal and they carry one minister, they will not carry him. If they will not carry the minister. So my government, no, it's not a good leadership style.
So Linfa, the old man said that he will audit the three branches of government.
All the thing will not hear it.
All right.
The next thing I want to say is I want to see implementation. I don't want to hear. I want to hear I am doing. If I hear I am doing, and I see they have audited, and one person has been handcuffed or is facing investigation, then we're talking different things. But now I will. Okay, let me leave you with a promise. I'll bring this car down tomorrow, yeah? So you'll believe me. I'll bring this car down for you like tomorrow. You'll look inside this car and see what's in there. That thing you're sitting there clapping, clap. There's something wrong with you. Somebody say I will. The man say I am.
Don't be doubtful, Linfa.
When Jesus Jesus always say I am. I am.
You compare Jesus with that man?
Say I am your savior.
You are blaspheming, my man.
Linfa, don't be doubtful.
I'm not taking the name of the Lord in vain. So, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that I have to leave you guys. I have some
we'll catch you tomorrow, and don't be doubtful. We're in a new Liberia.
Okay. Okay. I thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's just wrap up quickly, and there's just one little thing here. He talked about foreign policy, though, and which is good. He said Liberia will be back on the map in terms of standing, and which he's talking about. So there are a lot of sweet things that the old man talked about. And then he also talked about the civil servant. You remember the situation, the civil servant, about their salary?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. He didn't mention anything about the harmonization. Yeah.
The money not there. And when so you see all of
You can't get the post salary up again. You can't do that. I mean, you can do it incrementally, yeah, or the next 2-3 years. You can say you can't tomorrow.
That was a campaign promise.
Yeah, campaign speech. It was in a campaign.
It was a campaign thing.
Yeah, but you cannot come up right now and say we all meant to you already. He met $25 million in the central bank.
But then they shouldn't have stored it like Liberian people.
Yeah, but
that's why sometimes we say something and we don't live up.
So Francie, yeah. If he made $25 million, so their cars that will be stuck in more will not be stuck in more in the next 100 days. If the money not there, how would that be possible?
But he said it. He said it. He made it so very clear to you guys, especially that, particularly that when, especially the road issue.
That's what I'm saying.
He
If the
said
money is not there,
he's not going to put Alpha on the road. He expect
no, we're not talking about Alpha. We know it's not there.
Our major
all along.
Yeah, our major roads. We will have stations, people there maintaining the roads. That he said.
Listen, that money is not free. Isn't that money? If the money is not there, how does
that can be taken care of as easy as anything else.
So then why you can't take care of civil service?
What is senator name? What the guy named Sir Joseph? Sir Joseph go around the community facing road.
So, but then the 80,000 civil servants are there, their salary or human lives. Why you can take that money and increase the civil servant salary? And if they're going to buy health insurance for their people to go to hospital, why can't you increase their salary? That was a campaign promise.
Yeah, and because of the harmonization, they were all in the ring, all the poo water, everything. Hey, that's why.
Yeah, so another thing that he talked about is the coach. That he's now going to do a drug test. That's another area that we need to look at. And on that one, how this going to play out, how it's going to work, how they're going to structure it, because he just talked about he himself will take the drug test, but we didn't, maybe in the details later on when we get all of this information, how it lay out, whether they're going to be a rehabilitation center for these young people that are taking drugs, whether every one of us when we travel to Liberia will take drug tests, we'll have to know all of these things that he talked about. So I think, yeah, because he's going to start, then everybody follows. So I don't know until we get it.
Drug tests in Liberia.
I think we are overblowing the whole issue when it comes to drug tests and stuff. Remember, he was leading the campaign. As a president, he set the example that he and his vice president would be the first to take drug tests and falling down the chain. That people, the government or his officials would be mandated to take drug tests. So there's a way that to encourage people to subscribe to the issue of anti-drug behavior, and so that people can deviate from that practice. So there was no consequences. The only problem I got where there was no consequences mentioned. That if you have recalled the drug and other things, drugs or other related substance, you'll be punished for so and so and so.
That's what I'm saying with that, because he set up a committee that's going to work. So that committee will come up with the thing he said it. So I'm saying the committee will say not every one of us that entering Liberia may be from the very airport, because you remember so many drugs came through the airport. So all of these things, we wait and see how that committee that they put together, what they're going to come up with, how they're going to do it, is something we're looking forward to. There are a lot of things that he raised, and it's one of those areas, because maybe when the committee come together, they come up with a rehabilitation, whether they will build centers, they will do all of these things, where they will get money from to go out to settle the drug testing system, because you don't just test. So there's so many things involved.
Yeah. Therefore, the whole thing about testing someone, I just think that's not the right process to go. Because
no, he did not say that. He did not extend it to the general public. Or
no, he didn't.
He didn't. What I'm saying, Francis, he set up a committee. There were different agencies that they put together, and those agencies now will come out to say this is the whole thing, how they're going to solve the whole problem. And that's what I'm saying.
I think that should be at the airport or our port, the borders and things. That's where because that's where the drugs are coming. And our officers that working, they are not paying honest to the government. They take money from this guy and allow them to bring the drugs in. So these are the areas
all the young kids that on Kush and thing that he's talking about, the Kush, because Kush become the main thing. Is that Kush now? Is that committee that was set up based on the committee, they will come
also
out.
clarities need to be
Exactly. So the committee now I will settle with, they don't want to come with that white paper to say this is how it will go about. So he put it out there, he set a committee. So he just about starting with himself, he will do a drug test, and then everybody under him will follow. So we'll wait and see. That's another thing that we need more clarity on too.
More clarity around that, because
I think that the speech overall, the speech were good. If they live by what he said and he gave her more clarity, more substance to what he has said, taking Liberia to a next level, I'm looking forward to the next year. It'll be good. And with all that, the health, the education thing that he talked about, we're looking forward to all the good governance he spoke about. We know that the past leaders said the same thing, but the implementation of the things, when it start happening, then we're okay. So based on that note, guys, Malu, let's close up. We have enough time here today. We're back here tomorrow. What will be your parting comment? And then Francis, then we can just call it a day.
My parting comment will be on the government. I will be expecting for the government to improve the health sectors, even though he mentioned it in his speech. But we want to see more happening now, because we do not want to see our health minister got her own hospitals and things that's conflicts of interest. And most of the drugs, maybe when she order for drugs, to go into her private clinic and she making the money, and our poor people are struggling and dying. Because when you look at our health sectors in Liberia, is really, really bad. If you don't have money to get your loved one out of that country, forgetting you'll watch your loved one dying. And it shouldn't happen that way. I will be looking at the government to send more people abroad for further studies into health, or for them to advance the study. We need to have more modern equipments in the hospitals and things. And we just need to improve the hospital settings for our people, and also education. The government need to look at, because some of the things the government need to do, the world have changed now, and people need to work very creatively instead of them paying so much money for government costs. Let them reduce it. And Liberians we are too static, because we need to demand, get in the street, have a big protest for the law, make us a salary to reduce, that will be able to use some of that money to build private public schools for our children, to educate our children. Because many times in Liberia every year, when I'm in Liberia, my heart is just like, I have to say, having heart attack. You see young lecturer between cars selling when they should be in school. So the government need to look at quite a few places to reduce cuts, giving the government officials or lawmakers huge gas slips. All these things need to reduce. Giving them cooking gas, giving them phone card, all the nonsense. It has to reduce. You're paying enough money. Why are you going about giving them all these things? So all these things need to reduce. So I'm looking at health, education, and maybe the agriculture he was saying for us, because then the roads for interior, look at the southeastern counties, the roads are very bad. Our people be able to travel freely with the goods and things to bring. So my take, because I'm for the health and social care side, so I'll be looking at for them to improve the health, the education sectors for our people, and reduce the burden too much on the government with people and using the government for expensive cars. All the rubbish need to stop. It need to stop. We need to minimize, cut down costs, and improve the lives of our people.
Yeah, before Francis come in, there's something he talked about, and that's why I wanted for Francis to close on it. Being the president of EFLA, he talked about the diaspora being very important in his government, and every year there'll be a diaspora conference in Liberia. This is a challenge to you, Francis, that Europe be on that map. Is how it's going to be structured. Are they going to take the people from Asia? How are they going to have that committee to look at the diaspora? And another thing is maybe based on the diaspora meeting that we'll have in Liberia, that he says something, once a Liberian will always be. this is where now we're going to challenge people that Darius Dillon then that put into that constitution that when we are then passed the dual citizenship, they said no Liberian will only be entitled to be or clean up from the diaspora. You cannot hold people. So since once a Liberian will always be a Liberian, friends say the ball is in your court. That you must have a significant say in the GMB government.
Look, I will speak on that. We have already been working with the diaspora office set up by Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the past administration. We had his name, Kumba's son. He was assistant minister for diaspora affairs or whatever it is. That we have in close contact. And we have never been so far away from that ministry, and our engagement has always been, and will continue to be. So I will show you yet now that EFLA Liberians in the European diaspora will be well represented, and we will push for our basic amenities as well as Liberians in the that should have some of these privileges to to work and serve in government and do other things. I mean, so we have the skills, our expertise. I mean, these are the things we'll be pushing, and so we will all meet up as Liberians in the European diaspora, have a meeting, and whatever decision we come up with, whatever bullet points we come up with, whenever that conference is held, I mean, I will go there and present our propositions to the conference.
Okay.
So you guys will be ably represented. I can show you guys, and we are working. We are in close contact with the Ministry of State with our portfolio. Actually, that they are the ones we have been working with all along.
Right. So based on that, we'll be looking forward to the law says ahead of us. The speech sound good. It look promising. We're looking forward to a new Liberia, new day. So on this note, to our viewers that have been with us, we'll say thanks for being with us today. We're back here tomorrow. We'll have about 3 female in the house tomorrow, so it will be back tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. It will be interesting, very, very interesting tomorrow. And then on that note, I will say to you all, we'll leave you with this beautiful Liberian gospel music.
Before you go to that music, let me just say something. Everything you say, everything the president said today is well. I mean, it's nice, but the thing that is lacking in all our presidents is the political will, especially when it comes to corruption. Once you do not have the political will to put your foot down, persecute your best friends, around you, that impunity will go on and on. The world economic crime will never come. Don't be intimidated. Have the political will and be steadfast. The only way Liberia will move forward.
Thank you. Liberia will move forward, and I think the old man is in a right place to do it. And if I were advisor to him, he might not give a damn about anyone in Liberia. Just do the right thing for our people to benefit. And that would be my advice to him. And so this young Liberian guy decided to play some music to calm the nerves of Liberians. And it's just a nice song. So I just want you guys to listen, and then we can close the day to our viewer. Thanks tomorrow back here at the same time. Listen to this.
You see, unnecessarily sleepy on duty. My patients are crying, they having conversation. My patients are dying, they busy chatting on Facebook. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward.
PRP, I want to hear you, PRP.
Other instructors, listen to me. You make the test hard for the students to fail. You give it grace to the student because of money. You give it grace to the student to sleep with them. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward.
Oh,
my bosses, listen to me. The women who are coming in your office to find job, in order to get the job, you have to sleep. United for